She's stepping over all her obstacles. With her kings and queens, she's short and spicy, short and spicy. It's the love of God, she's holding her own. I know I'm looking a bit rough, but hey, it is what it is. I have to get my hair done and everything. But to all my new subscribers, welcome to the channel. I'm Nikki, and let me introduce myself to you all. First of all, I want to say thank you so much for subscribing to this platform. I do many things, reviews, reaction, just a little of everything, story time. I battle with anxiety and depression to start off, and I chose to share my story on ShortnSpicy Nikks YouTube because my heart was very heavy in 2019. I was going through a whole lot, and let me give you a background on how I got this illness, mental illness, anxiety and depression. I was abused by my father. To start off, I was verbally abused, emotionally, and also sexually. Physical, yes, a lot. That was the most of it. I grew up with a very angry person who was always in my life, my father. And at the age of 16, I woke up out of my sleep to, seeing him at the bottom of my bed, exposing my underparts. And it really traumatized me. And I left home at that tender age of 16. I was on my own, per se, just going from home to home, different families' home, and experience a lot of emotional pain, just back and forth, and a little support from family members, the ones that I went to stay with, but not enough. So I got pregnant at a very young age, at 17, before I turned 18. And I also got pregnant by a young man who is 2 years younger than I am. And much of his life just in and out of jail. So I grew my children up basically on my own, and it's hurt a lot of my mental health. It's really damaged it because I also experienced abuse in that relationship, not only from the father of my children, but also from his mother. Her type of abuse was emotional, mostly emotional, spreading lies on me, telling others I slept with her boyfriend. That's where she started it, spreading numerous lies, fighting against me, in the relationship with her son, bringing a lot of different manipulative news to him, lying about everything, lying about meeting someone the day after I had our first child, and that person saying that they're the father. A whole bunch of lies that happened throughout the relationship that took a toll on me. I'm not gonna cry. Took a toll on me. And all of that was internalized. I didn't realize how much it was internalized until the things just started piling up on each other. piling up year after year. So we're in the year 2019, and I found out that she had been, why am I crying? Performing witchcraft this whole time, because she was threatened about the relationship that her son and I had, because we ended up having 4 children. So I have 4 children. I'm a single mom of 4. And in 2019, when I found out about this witchcraft, my eldest son and I were admitted in the hospital. You know, we almost lost our life and everything. So I said, I'm going to, just something in my spirit said to come on YouTube and share. And it has gotten a little bit of attraction. But I just wanted to not say unload all of what I was going through, but I felt like there are others going through this who are silently battling with all the pain and the hurt that I felt. Now, during this time, the father of my children is constantly behind bars. Most of those times, I was sticking by him, bringing the children to go see him, spending time on conjugal visits. You know, even had my daughter on one of these visits. And at this time, the last time he got arrested, I told myself that I was tired. Even before he got arrested, I told him, I'm tired of this. When you're outside of jail, you treat me like the worst possible thing. You sit with others, you speak about me negatively. You act as if I'm chasing you and you don't want to be with me. You're constantly over by your mothers or everywhere else, having, you know, other females in and out of our relationship, bringing back bacteria and all of that stuff to me. Like, I was living in misery, basically. But for some reason, I was still holding on to this relationship that I wanted, because I wanted my children. And not just my children, I won't blame it on my children. I wanted a relationship. I thought that this person would grow out of what he was doing. And that was 2016 when he got arrested. But then 2019, when I found out what his mother was doing, things started to change, because I started to tell him about what I uncovered and what was revealed to me, and that I started exposing it on YouTube, and he completely turned against me. I felt abandoned. I went to see him in the state that I was in, less than 90 pounds, and he basically insulted me during that visit. And now, come to terms, last year he came out, he was released, and he moved in with a girl, I guess one of the many that he was still in contact with while he was in jail. And I decided that I was no longer going to allow this person to string me along and give him access so that his mother would also be able to continue practicing her witchcraft on me and my children. We're not fully out the woods because my second child was really not obeying me or understanding why I was saying all these stuff and documenting all these stuff on YouTube, and the manipulation between his father and his grandmother, trying to make it seem like I was crazy because I was diagnosed with a mental illness, and not fully understanding what caused the mental illness really put a damper on the relationship between my son and I. So he had been back and forth between my home, our home, and his grandmother's home, and just a lot of confusion and things. So I document a lot of that on this channel, and I speak about a lot of different topics here. I also have another channel, Nikki and the Family, where I've decided that that's the channel that I will share my children and I's journey. So I started that last year, and I only share vlogs and challenges and adventures that my children and I explore on that channel. You know, at first I had everything. I had everything all mixed up and clumped into one on this channel. And once my mind started clearing, and, you know, the crowd that was in my mind, in my life, the heaviness, the traumas and everything started clearing, you know, my mind started getting clear. You know, I began to put more structure in my life. I started setting boundaries. So when you first look into the videos that I started on this channel, you may say, this is a whole lot and it's heavy, and everything is all bundled in one, because that's where my life was. I was all over the place. I was fighting for my life, from going through parental trauma, not being brought up by my mother, being brought up by everybody, any and everyone, grand uncle, grand aunt, aunties, grandmothers, cousins, you know, just all over the place. And then being involved with a person who was going through his own set of issues, traumas from his mother, and not knowing fully what was going on there. So once I started to pick that apart, my life just started to mean something. I started to see what was going on. And I didn't realize this until I started spending time praying, a whole lot of time praying, and allowing the Lord, allowing God to speak to me and actually listen to what God was saying and why these things were happening to me, and why I had the urge to just reveal everything, just expose everything, just share everything I was going through, because it was too much. The burden was too much. And this is my way of emptying myself of all those burdens and freeing myself, freeing my mind of what I'd been internalizing for so long, and still trying to live a productive life. So you've met me at a point where I'm a lot calmer and I don't know what to say. I thank God for everything. I hope you make this your home, away from home. Go through my playlist. The one with the most toxic is The Evil of Sonya Ware. But I also have other videos that I explain the trauma within my parental home. And that is it. Welcome to the channel. If you have a story that you want me to share as well, if there's anything you would like to say to me, you could put it under the videos in the comment section. You could reach me on social media if you're going through some of the same things that I've gone through and you just don't have anyone to talk to. I could be a listening ear because I know what it feels like. And it's been a journey, but I'm thankful for everything that I've gone through and that I have the courage to share with you all. So thank you again for choosing this platform, and continue to join me on this journey. We are blessed and highly favored.